Hi everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. In today's video, we are going to talk about a brand new feature with Cricut Design Space. This is going to be the stickers and labels creation when you open up Cricut Design Space and click New Project. Now what's cool about this setting is that it really makes stickers super quick and easy, but there are some downfalls to it, like choosing a material setting. You're going to be limited to only settings that Cricut allows, meaning for Cricut materials. But I want to show you how to use it in case you do want to try it out. I'm going to be using Cricut materials with this just to see if it works, but just keep in mind that if you're using a different material, I cannot guarantee that it will cut correctly. Now I do plan on trying this feature with different materials in the future with Cricut material settings, but at this time, I just want to show you how to use this because this is a cool new feature and I do think that they do have some fun templates that you can use. So without further ado, let's head over to Cricut Design Space. But be sure that you're subscribed here on YouTube. It's completely free to subscribe and I'd love to have you as part of my crafty family. Let's talk about this new sticker feature, the good, the bad, the ugly with it, because there are some caveats to using it that I think make it not worth using, and we're going to go over all of that. But first, let me show you how to access this. One thing you're going to need is right now in February of 2026, when I'm filming this, you'll need to be in the beta version, which you can access by going to your settings. If you go down to your profile into settings, you'll see that you've got some options here right under general, and you want application experience and you want it to say beta. Now mine, I try to use beta as much as possible because that's where you're going to get the newest features and I want to be able to show you those. Now what you'll do is you're going to click on new project up here in this upper right corner. Now we're specifically going to be talking about stickers and labels, which is right here, right above the design from scratch. Now, typically, I'm going to always tell you to choose blank canvas regardless of what you're making, but we're going to be discussing stickers and labels. If I click on this, you'll see that we have 5 different options. You have decorative stickers, stationery stickers, organizational labels, I cannot say that word, gift labels, and then you also have custom stickers. Now, I've opened all of these and the templates are exactly the same that they put on the screen. So I'm not going to open them all just to show you that. But what I want to show you is if you choose, let's start with decorative stickers. We're going to click Start Designing. And what you're going to see is that it's going to bring up that template, which looks exactly like the template that I provide for you guys. But what we're going to do here is what makes this a little bit different than some of the other ones. And I'll show you this. Is if you go to templates, they have pre-made designs here for you to choose from that you can use to make stickers and sticker sheets. Now, keeping in mind that this does fall under that Cricut Angel policy, and if you want to know more about that, I'll link that video for you. But you are not going to be allowed to sell these because these are stickers and they're not considered a finished product, which I think is insane, but that's just me. If you hate it, feedback to Cricut on that one. So I'm just going to choose a random one. Let's just choose this one with the horses on it, or maybe they're unicorns. So what we'll do is you'll see that you're going to get your sticker sheet. Now this is going to be set to cut already for you. You're going to have all those offsets. You're going to have the offsets around the outside that you need in order to cut a sticker sheet. If you'd like to know how to make your own custom sticker sheet, again, I have a video on that because it works so much better than the way they do it. But what you're going to see here is that you have all of your different designs. So you're going to have some star stickers. You're going to have these weird unicorns. I don't know what they're doing, but whatever. You're going to have some of these ones, which are like little shooting stars with rainbows. And then you have this outside layer. Now, once I put this on to my page, you're going to see that it looks like you don't have a lot of options, right? Well, number one, your layers panel doesn't open automatically, which I kind of hate, but you can easily open it right here with these 3 little stacked things. And you'll see here that you have all of your sticker layers ready to go. So you're going to be able to kind of manipulate them if you need to and or want to. Maybe I want to change the color of this one. I want it to be purple. I can do that. Whatever the case may be, your layers panel does exist. It is over on the side and it can be helpful. I mean, it just sort of depends on what you're doing. With a template like this, do you necessarily need to mess with it too much? Not really. And you can close your layers panel to give yourself a little more room, which is nice, especially if you're wanting to use the edit function. Because if I use the edit function and my layers panel's open, I'm really limited to a little bit of space. It feels a little cramped. So you can close this, and then you can really just change up whatever you want to here. And I'll go over some of these settings here and talk about how to change some things up with this. So if I want to do any kind of changing, I'm just going to show you. If I right click on this, you're going to see you have a few options. You have like edit sticker, cut, copy, duplicate, delete, select all, and then you also have arrange. So if I want to click edit sticker, you'll see here that I'm going to be able to do a few things here where I'm changing up maybe the border colors. Maybe I'm changing like the thickness of the border. If I change the thickness of the border, you'll see that I can do that. But with this, you want to make sure that it's set to die cut because that's going to cut it around your sticker. But like, let's say I want to change just a specific sticker. Maybe I want to make the offset on this a different color. You can click on your like fill here, but you'll notice that it's not really letting me do a whole lot. I'm not really sure why, and it may just be because of the way they have this set up that we can't really change much. But you'll see that I can thicken or thin out that border if I want to. Now I am going to print out one of these sheets so that you guys can see like how it works, because one of the things that I don't love is their cut setting selections. Now I will show you that in a second, but you'll see here, like if I want to change a color on something, it's not as easy as I would like it to be, because you'll see I can't just like select. I have to like click it multiple times to select it. So if I want to change this color, maybe I want it to be red, maybe I want it to be yellow, maybe I want gray, maybe I don't want that border to show, whatever it may be, you can click on it and change it to whatever you want it to be. But it takes a few clicks, and like you can change the color of your writing, you can change all of that. You can change your font, you can change it bold, italic, whatever you want to change it to. But it does take a little bit longer to get it to work. So like if I change this to awesome every day, or maybe I want to change it to beach, whatever it may be, I can change these things and I can really adjust it to the way I want it to be, but it gives you a little bit less adjustment than I personally would like. I'm just going to use that font and I'll make it white just so that we're not wasting ink. And I think the white looks fine. So like I said, I'm going to print these out. So let's go ahead and show you what happens when we're done. Say we've edited this the way we want it to be. I didn't really change anything, but let's say we did, whatever. I'm going to click make. It's going to ask you if you want to save the project. Now I am going to save this because I'm going to print this out. I'm going to call this unicorn. Oops, no, not unicorn sticker test, and click save. Now I am going to be using Cricut materials for this because I want to show you kind of why I don't like this, but also like if it works. So you'll see here that it's going to show us what we're going to print. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue, and it's going to tell me to send it to the printer, which we will do. So I'm going to click send to printer, and this is the same no matter what you're printing with Cricut Design Space. You want to follow these same steps. I'm going to click next. Now for this, I am going to use the bleed because this edge, the pink, is going to need to push that color out just a little bit in case my calibration's off. I just calibrated, so it should be fine. But what I also want to do is I'm going to use my system dialog. This is going to allow me to choose some settings. So when I click print, it's not going to send it to my printer. It's instead opening my printer settings box. Now I want to make sure I have my right printer selected, which is my inkjet printer, and I'm going to choose preferences. And then from here, I'm just going to check a few settings and change a few things. I always want to make sure my document size is set to letter, and I want to make sure that my orientation is portrait. And then from here, my paper type, I find with the Cricut brand products, presentation paper matte works best. I want to change my quality from standard to high, and I want to make sure color is selected. I default my printer to black and white just so that it's not wasting ink. Then I want to go to more options, and I want to turn off this high speed print option. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and click OK and click print to send this to the printer. Once it's printed, it's going to just show you kind of what it should look like. You should see your 4 sensor marks, all of that. I'm going to click done. Now, this is where I run into my biggest complaint with doing anything based on Cricut creating your stickers. So the create sticker option and this stickers and labels option, you're very, very limited to what you can cut. So if I go to browse all materials and I go to all materials, you'll notice there's a lot of stuff I cannot select because it's not quote unquote compatible with the Cricut brand products. So I'm very, very limited. Now, typically when I cut my stickers with my like sticker sheets with my other products like that, I have to choose a different cut setting than what they offer me. Now I also want to point this out to you. So I'm going to go ahead and look at just what's compatible with the stickers. So we've got the printable iron-ons. We have printable sticker paper. You see that we have the no liner printing, we have white, and then we have gray liner printing. And then you have all the printable vinyls, which have the gray liner, the green liner, transparent holographic, all of that. So what I can assume here is it says printer waterproof sticker set white holographic. They don't make a printable white holographic. So I believe that that means if you put on the laminate. I'm not going to laminate these just so that we're not like adding to it, but I am going to print these. I believe mine have the green liner, but I will double check when I choose my cut setting. But you'll see that you're extremely limited to your cut settings. It's everything that's here. You cannot add a different cut setting to this. It will only let you choose theirs. So we'll go ahead and cut these out, but I'm going to go ahead and show you a few more things with this sticker thing before we head over there. One thing I've noticed here is you can't necessarily like switch your sticker type while you're in this. It's not going to let you do any of that. Like everything I've clicked won't allow it. So what you need to do is you click on new, and then you can choose a new sticker set. Now I'm just going to show you just really quickly the different sets. One thing I also want to point out to you that I didn't at the beginning that I should have, every single one of these is printable material size, letter 8.5 by 11. But I found that I can't change the sizing. I have tried even going under like my load type. It won't let me change the sizing. So you're defaulted to this size template. So if I go under my settings, I'll just show you. If I go to settings and you go to load type, and if you change this to like 11 by 17 tabloid, this is still going to stick with that 8.5 by 11 sheet size. That may change in time, but right now it's defaulted to that. You can't use any other size. So that could be a little bit of a trouble for you. So we're right now under the stickers and labels, and we're going to go to templates, and you'll see here that we have a bunch of different like label types that we can choose. There's all sorts of different things here. There's like these ones that I would call like planner labels. You've got address labels, all sorts of different like things that you can choose from. So there are a lot of great templates, and these are going to, again, cut very much like a sticker sheet. But again, just because of their angel policy, we cannot sell these. So once we've checked those, let's go ahead and we're going to look at organization labels. And like I said, I'm just doing this to show you kind of your templates. And then I'm going to show you the custom stickers too. So here we've got a bunch of different templates. You got 255 to choose from. There's a whole bunch of, again, just different like sticker sheets that you can print out. Now, again, do I feel like some of these are going to like really waste ink? Absolutely, I do. But it is what it is. So now if we go to the gift labels and we start designing, you'll see that your templates now are going to be different. You've got gift labels. And again, like some of these are really cute, but you know, you're really limited to what they're offering you. But like those are really cute. Now we'll go to the custom stickers. And what you're going to see here on custom stickers is that it's just giving us a template. It's not going to give us anything else. We can still go into templates and we can really access a lot of things. We can really access pretty much everything. But if we do this, the custom one, we can add our own images, and we can also add images from Design Space. So let's add a couple images from Design Space, and I'm just going to pick just some random stuff. I'm not really picking anything that's too crazy. I'm just going to kind of choose some things. And I'll discuss this with you in just a second, but let me grab a couple things that are colorful, and that way you can see them. I've chosen a couple different designs and different styles. So this was a layered SVG, and what I want to point out is that it automatically puts the offset around your sticker for you. But let's say we think that might be a little too wide. The other thing I also want to show you is look at if I make it bigger, see how it thins it out, but if I make it smaller, it makes it really thick. That's something you're going to have to adjust once you've kind of got your sticker the size you want. So I am going to print these out. So I'm going to make that just a little bit smaller, nothing too crazy. And I want to go under edit, and when we're under edit, you'll see that you really don't have a whole lot of options, but if you click sticker, that's where you're going to be able to kind of adjust things. So you'll see here we have the border. You can do thin, or you can actually do what's called custom. So under custom, I'm going to be able to thin this out on my own to a point where I'm happy with it, and I think that looks pretty good for what I want it to do. Now you have border fill color, so you can change this if I want it to be, I don't know, light blue or something. I can do that, but I just want it white. And then you're going to be able to choose whether you want it to be a kiss cut or a die cut. Now I'm going to do a couple of different cuts on this because I want to show you that one. So I'm going to leave this one as a kiss cut. Now I've got this little gnome guy and he was already set to be a print and cut project. But again, I really don't think that border is what I like. So let's see how a thin border looks. We'll go with that. I'm going to cut him a little bit smaller and let's make him a die cut. Now you'll notice here that with the die cut, it's going to give us that extra edge. That's basically it doing an easy peel sticker. But what you can also do is just turn off the easy peel edge and it will die cut around your small sticker. Now, like I said, I'm going to do a couple different ones so that you can see. So we'll do this one as a die cut and I'm going to go ahead and stick them all the way up at the top. That way we can really fill out our design. And then this one we'll do as a die cut and we'll leave that easy peel edge around it just to kind of see what it looks like. And I'll make this one a little bit smaller as well. Now, I want to point out it looks really bad. Like that, why does that sticker look so terrible small? I'll zoom in on it really quick and you can see like it just looked weird, but that's fine. It should be okay. I think it's just because we're zoomed out and it just looks a little funky, but that's all right. Now I'll just shove this one up in this corner. And again, I'm going to kind of make it smaller just so like it'll fit next to him because I want to fit a lot of things on here so we can try a few different things. So we're going to use some Cricut images, but if you want to use your own images, you can do that too. You upload them like you always would, and I'm just going to use some that I already have on here. So let's go to view all, and I'll pick out a couple of my print and cut designs that I can use. So I'm going to go to my uploaded, and let's just choose a couple designs, and I'm going to choose some that are made for stickers and some that are more so like an SVG type of situation. So like this is definitely made for a sticker, but like these here are SVGs. So again, I can just kind of play with them, and let's see if we can like edit them. So let's do this Be Kind one. I think that one's a good one to add. I think that one will be a fun one to play with. So let's go to our canvas here and we'll mess with that one first. So you can see it's already got it kind of set up, but we're running into the problem where it's two pieces. That's okay. I'm going to make it smaller anyways. And you'll see that our offset has gone around it. Now we're able to normally edit our design. So let's see if we can change the color of this sticker. We can. We just have to go up to the top and you can change the color of your writing. So for this writing, let's just do like a light blue on it. And I'm going to just do this one as a regular old cut on a sticker. So I'm going to kind of shove it in right there and that should be fine. Now, again, I'm going to go ahead and go to my uploaded. I'm going to go to my view all and I want to use my uploaded images and I'm just going to choose something else. Now for this one, let's choose one that is in fact a print the cut sticker. So we'll use this little capybara. I think he's perfect. He's really cute and he's going to load really big because that's the other thing that Cricut Design Space will do when you're adding images to this custom sticker. It's going to fill your screen with the entire sticker. So now I'm going to go ahead and make him smaller, but let's say maybe this guy, because he doesn't really need an offset, there's no reason for it. Maybe I don't want him to have one. You can absolutely do that by turning off this border right here, and it's going to go ahead and cut him. Now, let's say we want to do a die cut on him. We're going to turn off the easy peel edge, and we're going to do a die cut without an offset on this little capybara. I think he's going to be really cute, but I do want to see how well it does for something like that. Now, like I said, I'm going to cut a bunch of different stickers. So let me add a few more images just so we can test out some things and see how we do. And then we'll see how everything kind of comes out once my sticker sheet's full. I'm just going to add a bunch of images and mess around with some of those settings and we'll give everything a quick try. I've laid everything out. I've done some that are kiss cuts, some that are die cuts. We've got some easy peels. I've got kiss cuts without a border. I have this die cut without a border. He's already got one built in. So we've got a few things to try throughout this design. Now you want to make sure that you save this just in case, but I'm going to just save this as, let's do custom, well, that's not how you spell that, custom sticker test, and click save. Now I always do like to save my projects before I move on because you just never know what Design Space is going to do. Also with a few of these stickers, because they are really high DPI, which is dots per inch, which means they're really high quality stickers, it was really slow to do any changes to them, which is why I didn't film it, because it took me like 35 minutes just to do the stickers that I added. And you can see that it's saved really slowly as well. Now what I'm going to do is click make, And what you'll see is it's going to bring up that page. It's going to show us what it's going to look like printed. Now everything should be laid out exactly where we have it. And you notice that we didn't have to use attach or anything like that. So that is one bonus to doing this version of the Cricut stickers. Now again, everything's laid out the way we have it, so we're good to go there. Then what we're going to do is click continue, and we're going to send this to our printer. I'm going to print on the same type of Cricut sticker paper. That way we're using the same for both of these, just to see if anything changes because of the way we have these set up. Again, it's going to show you what it's going to look like when it prints. We're going to click next, and we're going to choose our printer, which is our inkjet printer, and we're going to do all those same settings like we did with the sticker sheet. So again, I'm going to leave the bleed on because we do have some stickers that have color to the edge, and I'm going to go ahead and choose print and set those settings. Again, once it printed, it shows me what it should look like. I'm going to click done, and then again, I'm stuck with just their settings. Now, I'm going to link some videos down below where I show you how to print without using their settings, which again, I do think is really important, especially if you're not going to be using Cricut sticker paper for this. If you're going to be using another brand, if you're going to be using laminates, if you're going to be changing things up, I just don't think that the stickers and labels option is great because of the cut setting issues. But we're going to use the printable vinyl white green liner printing, I believe is the correct one. If not, I'll let you know when I get there because I can't remember what setting I have for my sticker paper, but we're going to use obviously one that they offer. So let's head over to the machine. We're going to cut out both of our different designs and just see how they do. I have my paper ready on to my mat. This green mat is not very sticky, and I'm going to be using the Cricut setting for their sticker paper white, because I did look and that's what I have is the white sticker paper. So I'm going to use their setting. I didn't change any of the pressure options on it. So let's see how it does with this, which is supposed to be a sticker sheet. So it'll cut around the pink and that'll be fully cut out. And then these guys will just hopefully peel easily off the paper. Now that it's complete, we will check, and it did cut around the sheet really well. So we'll go ahead and take this off the mat, and we're gonna see if it kept the stickers on the sheet. Looks like it did. I don't have any cut through on the back. Now, like I said, I don't think they're gonna have an issue with their own cut settings for their own product, but the fact is we're stuck using their product if we're using their cut settings, because our product may not cut with those if we're using like a different brand, like my favorite Nito, or we're using some of the ones that I've shown you in some of the other videos. So this actually did cut really well, which is not surprising since, like I said, it was their material. But now what I wanna do is I'm cutting again, still on their material, but I set these to cut in a bunch of different ways. So we've got some that are gonna be easy peel, some that are gonna be kiss cuts, some will be full die cut stickers. But I just wanted to try those out with our own designs just so we could see kind of how this reacts. So let me go get these pulled up on Design Space. We're gonna cut them out. They'll do the same thing where it's gonna read the marks and cut around all our stickers. So now that this one's done cutting, we'll peel back. Now remember, some of these are going to be die cut, some are easy peel, and some are kiss cut. So we'll have some that'll remain on the mat, and we'll have some that are going to come off with our backing. So we've got quite a few that remain on mat because I did those as the die cuts and the easy peels. So the easy peel stickers are ones that'll have that edge around them, and I will link below videos where I teach you how to do this without using Cricut so that you're not stuck with their materials. But let's take a look and see. These look like they cut really nicely. These are what they call kiss cut, meaning that they stay within the sheet but you can peel them off really easily. And honestly, like their cut setting is really good. Now I am using a newer blade, so that's gonna help quite a bit. But now what I wanna do is I wanna take these ones off the mat here, because we do have some easy peels, so we're gonna check those out next. The die cuts did a really nice job. They look really good, like they cut nicely. Everything looks quality. So this is another die cut. This one's an easy peel. I did a die cut with this one without any of that like offset around it. And then this one. So we did 3 easy peels. We did 3 easy peels. Oh, here's that little leprechaun guy too. So I have 3 easy peels. So let's see how these feel. So again, an easy peel is where you have like this edge around it that makes it easier to take your sticker off the backing. So the edge should separate from the rest of your sticker, which it does. You can see as I threw it, this is the edge of the sticker, and then the sticker stays on the backing. And when you go to use it again, it's much easier to peel back from that backing. So while I think that the sticker feature is not great because you can only use a Cricut setting, if you are using a Cricut branded product, like the material, I do think that it works really well. I think that it is pretty easy to work with. You can still edit everything. You can still use it just like you would normally, but I just think that having that like setting issue could come into trouble if you're not using a Cricut branded material. But in general, it does work really well. I mean, they cut nicely. Everything's lined up really well. Everything looks good, and you can see even the sticker sheet looks really nice. These little stars, these are like a separate sticker that you can take off. So you've got like separate stickers here. This is like the little separate star sticker. Sorry, I flipped them the wrong way. But all those little stars are separate stickers. Then you have the little weird unicorns. I don't know. They're a little AI for me, but that's okay. But yeah, does it work? Yes. Would I recommend it? Probably not. It does really limit you on the products that you can use, but in general, does it work? Yes. Is it a way to make some of these sticker styles if you're not really proficient in using the stickers on your own? Absolutely yes. Now again, I'm going to link videos down below that are going to help you create these without using Cricut and be able to use your own materials, the materials that you want to use, and not the stuff that they insist that you use. But otherwise, I do think it's a pretty decent addition to Design Space. Now, if you have any questions about anything that we do here on this channel, please let me know in those comments down below. Be sure that you're subscribed here on YouTube. That way you don't miss out on any of that fun, crafty content we have coming. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, happy crafting.